Hello folks, so welcome back for another video. Something a little bit different this time. I'm going to be doing a video tutorial on how to mix up Reef Foundation bulk powders. You can buy your dosing solution in liquid form like this if you've got a little nano tank. That's far enough to do a very small tank, sort of 20 to 50 litres. It'll last you quite some time, but obviously if you've got a bigger tank, something that's 250 litres plus, you're going to need to be dosing, obviously, especially when you've got lots of corals that are growing into big colonies. You need to dose a hell of a lot more. So the most economical way of doing that is to buy powder form like this to make up big stock solutions to put into your dosing containers to dose into your system. So we'll start with Reef Foundation B, which is alkalinity, which is the dosing solution you use most of. Now it comes in this 1 kilogram tub, which makes up 10 litres of dosing solution. Getting lots of requests for this video on how to do it, so I thought I'd help people out. So you get a little booklet inside. Just read everything you can inside there just to get your knowledge up. But there's this little table here, if you can zoom in on that and see if it's that clear. I'll pause the video. But if you see Reef Foundation B, alkalinity, it says 1 kilogram of powder makes up 10 litres of solution. So I don't want to make up 10 litres, I'm going to make up 2 litres, because my dosing container for alkalinity, calcium and magnesium takes about 1.5 litres each chamber, and I keep like a spare empty bottle, one of these, just for sort of like a backup stock solution. So I make up 2 litres, 1.5 litres goes into the container, dosing container, and I have 500 ml in a bottle just to top it up when it starts running down. So just to recap on my Red Sea Reefer, I'm going to be doing an update hopefully next week, early next week on that. I know a lot of you are eagerly awaiting an update. There's lots have changed since my last update before Christmas. Massive growth. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to quickly run through how to do this. It is simple. It looks complicated. It's not. What you need is a 2 litre jug, something to mix the solution with, obviously the powder, a glass, and a straight RODI water, which down in my sink, my mixing station down here, my RO station, I have my RO water that's being heated. Now this is a critical thing that you need to do. Well, not critical, but a thing that will help the mixing process, the powder mix better, is to heat the water. Now this isn't the case with if you're doing calcium. I'll do a separate video on calcium. Similar way of doing it. Obviously with the calcium you don't dose as much. The powder you get only makes 1.8 litres. But with that, instead of heating the water, you just use cold RO water, because when you mix it, it produces loads of heat anyway. But with this, when you're mixing alkalinity powder, it really chills the water right down. And obviously if you can start with warm sort of 25, 26 degree ROD water, it'll mix much easier. So anyway, here we go. What I should do is, my water is at 23 degrees, not ideal, it should be 25, 26, but purposes of this video, I'll get on with it. So I'll just fill up my container here. Bear me 2 secs. So what we do is we measure out. When it's warmish water, you'll notice you start mixing, it will chill right down. So up to 2 litres. There we go. and then with the powder, leave that to one side. With the powder, get your glass. Inside the tub, you will get a little measuring scoop. Each one of these is 20 grams. So we want 1, 40, 60, 80, 100. That will make up 1 litre of solution. We're going to do 2. So we're going to go 120, 140, 160, 180. There we go. So that's, if you look, it does say on there the scoop, 20 grams. So we've got 200 grams, which will make up 2 litres. Do the maths on that. Really wish there was one of these videos on when I started doing this, but right. And all you do is, be careful not to spill anything anywhere. Get this little turkey baster to mix it and use anything, and just slowly put it in whilst you're turning. And the water will go really cloudy, obviously. Just keep stirring and adding. Notice with my Red Sea Reef, because if you've been following my videos, the amount of growth I've had from my SPS corals, the demand for alkalinity and calcium is increasing, every couple of weeks. Every week I do my testing on everything, calcium, alkalinity, and notice my levels dropping down, so I'm having to jack up the dosing each time. Alkalinity can change very quickly. Keep an eye on it until you've got everything dialed in and you know exactly what the demand of the system is. Even then, it starts changing as your corals are growing and the demand gets going up. So you've got to really keep an eye on it and keep testing. I'd recommend at least every 2 or 3 days. I do mine once a week. I know where it is, but alkalinity, trust me, can change very quickly, and if it drops down below 8, it can start causing problems. Obviously, if you dose too much, going above 12 DKH, 12.5 DKH, again, you're going to have problems. I run my alkalinity around 9, and that's a combination of running calcium around 450 to 500. I'm finding, last sort of year, I've got really good growth. Like I say, if you've been following my videos, you'll see that. But pick a figure and stick with it. Stability is key. Alkalinity especially. I run mine at 9 and try and keep it as rock steady at 9 as possible. Corals don't like alkalinity swings up and down. Calcium, as you can run it sort of between 400 and 500, fine. Not quite so sensitive to swings in calcium, but alkalinity is very important. So you just keep mixing it, keep it going. You'll notice that was warm water, it's cooling right down. You'll notice with the when you do the calcium, which I'll show you in the video, it goes from cold to red hot. Really hot. So you think it's going to melt the plastic and fill these up, but it doesn't. So just be careful how hot it gets. It gets so hot, steam comes off it. So just keep mixing, keep mixing, keep mixing. And then what I do is I just leave it to settle. What you'll get is a layer of powder on the bottom. After a couple of minutes, once it all settles down, get on with it again, stir it, stir it, stir it. Do this process over the course of 20 minutes or so, and you'll always get a tiny bit of residue in the bottom. Can't avoid it. But that's it basically. It's simple. So that's made 2 litres up. Once it's all dosed through, once it gets low, I just repeat the process. That will probably last me maybe, if I'm doing about 160 ml a day into the system. So yeah, it doesn't last that long, that 2 litres. But the good thing is this does make up 10 litres. So for me, on a high demand 250 litre system. It lasts me a couple of months or so, just over 2 months. What's good about this is doing separate dosing separately, is that you can adjust and fine tune what you want to run your calcium and alkalinity at. It's a little bit more tricky, obviously. The more simple way to do it is to use CalPressor, which does calcium and alkalinity balanced together. But I prefer to do this one. I've done this from day one, and I truly believe you stick with whatever's working and don't change it, because once you change things you regret it and you reverting back to what you was doing when it was all successful. Things are going really well, getting great growth. So I'm going to stick to this method using all Red Sea products. I'm using Red Sea Reef Foundation A, B and C in the powder form for my main 3 elements, and then I'm using coral colours A, B, C and D for the trace elements. So I'm not going to go too much into how well the tank's going, but it's going real good, and still no water changes, so my nutrient levels are being controlled by NOPOX. Anyway, that's it, simple, all ready. I hope it's been of help to you, anyone that's decided to go down this road with dosing calcium alkalinity, magnesium. This is the first of 3 videos I'm going to do, the most important one being the alkalinity. And you get the gist. I mean, if you need to know what to do with the calcium, you just do the same process, but basically this is A, calcium, and the whole tub makes up 1.8 litres. So you'd measure 1.8 litres in there. I don't really need to do a video separately on those. You just measure out 1.8 litres and slowly add the whole tub to that 1.8 litres, and there you've got the dosing solution all made up. And it's the same with the magnesium. C makes up 1.7 litres, the whole tub, but B makes up 10 litres. Okay folks, so I'm going to wrap the video up. Thanks for watching. Watch out for my reef update on the reefer. I'm hoping to do that probably Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. See you later folks.